Oh, we are live.
All right, we are live with COVID Marketing, the small biz show to help small businesses not just to survive, but to thrive. And we come to you every weekday at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions on marketing, business, or well, whatever, let us know in the comments wherever you find folk are seeing this. So I am Brent Kobayashi, president of Kobayashi Zeitgeist, a marketing agency here in Toronto, Canada. And with me, I have Arthur.
Hello, Brent.
Hello, Arthur.
So I got a question for you about some free money here.
Yes.
I was looking at your post today, and you're saying, look, small business owners, there's opportunity for some free money here, but you're not taking it.
Yeah, so this is happening too often. And by too often, I mean with two small business owners I've spoken with in the past day or two. And they're just not talking with their accountant. They're actually not looking at, and one of them is actually a fairly sizable one. One of them is actually downgraded. They were a small business owner in 2019, seasonal, and they're like, nah, whatever, I'm not in that anymore. However, they had a business in 2019. They had income in 2019. They had revenue in March, April, May in 2019. And so I'm not saying that they necessarily qualify for free money, but they probably do, especially if they still have a business. So let me get specific with what I know. Again, speak with your accountant, speak with your bank, and take a look at what's actually happening out there. But right now, the government is giving businesses, small businesses, up to 40K. I'm not sure what qualifies as up to, interest-free until December 2021. And that in itself is free money, right? Interest-free $40,000 until 2021. That's free. You can stick it in the bank and make 1 or 2%. It's better than not having that 40,000 and 1 or 2%. And if you pay it off by December 2021, they'll actually forgive you $10,000 of that, or 25% of it, up to 25% up to the $10,000. Again, I don't know if you can just ask for the 40K or not. Some people I've been talking with say, well, I already have loans. I don't think I'll qualify. Again, speak with your accountant, because this is government backed. You could have shitty credit, and this is government backed. That's my understanding from my controller, actually, controller CFO type person. And so, I mean, things are still fuzzy. They're still haven't passed legislation. There's all sorts of stuff where this is going really rather fast and rapid, but that one seems very straight and clear cut. The other thing I would suggest for any seasonal businesses, and this has happened with one, where they're like, I'm not so sure if I'm gonna get back in business this year. I was thinking about it, and they're kind of thinking about wrapping things up. And then the world decided they're wrapping things up, right? So with that, again, talk with your accountant. You don't want to do anything fraudulent because the government really is paying attention as much as they're capable of. But if you can tell a very plausible story that I can't be in business right now, I cannot be out there mowing lawns or cutting grass or doing all the landscaping that I want to do. My seasonal business is toast. I don't have a choice in that. Then there might be some different things you can do in terms of, if you're paying yourself a salary, you can get a percentage of your salary back and all that type of thing. So I'm just hearing too many of the few people that I've spoken with, too high percentage of where people aren't actually looking into what's out there. Some people I actually spoke with, and they're actually, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me. I'm just like, the government, our society wants money to flow. Right now, money is not flowing. It's not about whether you have it or somebody else has it. And we think of money oftentimes as in, this is here, it's in my bank account, it's mine. If it's there, it's in your bank account, it's yours. And money is like this pile of things that once I've spent it, it's actually gone.
The gold pile we sit on top of.
The gold pile that nobody else gets to have. Our economy doesn't work that way. Our economy, the taxes that we pay, everything depends on money flowing around, moving around. And when so much money has stopped flowing, everything you can get to have the money start flowing again is a good thing. So yeah, have the money flow through you. Look into see what's available, right? We as individuals do not have the purchasing power, the money-making power, like literally printing money, or however it's actually done today in terms of increasing the money supply. We don't have the taxing power as individuals. Our government does. That's actually one of the things we want our government to do as a society. So when something like this happens, yes, have it flow through you. Have an extra $2,000. That's okay. You know, don't get in trouble. Don't, you know, I've always actually told people when they're like, hey, you could do this with your accounting or that with your accounting. I said, no, no, no. When I talk with my accountant, it's like, I want to know when I report my taxes that I've got the money, that I have the money, right? I don't want, maybe you might be able to get away with it. And then therefore I don't have the money for many, 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 many years, because you're always worried. That's what happens when you do something illegal. You might have something, but you don't know that you have it. It just feels in the moment like you have it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, because one day, you know, the things can turn. But if you quite legally have it, you have it. You have a fairly high degree of confidence. That's why we're actually really fortunate in the Western world, where we have a fairly decent base of rule of law, which means when I have this house around me, I have it. You know, if I'm in a different country or at a different time, that might not be so certain as I can feel it now. So just every small business person that's out there, even small businesses that maybe were like, I think I'm going to go on the employment career thing, talk to your accountant, see what's available out there. Don't delay. It is literally, in many cases, free money, including the loan. I know some people are like, I don't want a loan. It's like, no, you don't get it. $40,000, 75% of it you have to pay back. That is a loan. 25% you don't have to pay back if you just take that cash and actually pay it back. So therefore it is 25% free money, straight up. The 75% is interest free. And then after that, it's actually at a 5% interest rate, which is if you don't pay it back, but if you don't pay the whole thing back by that time, you don't get the 25%, but it's really low. So this is no, if anybody's watching this and they have a different take on this, please put it in the comments. But it's kind of like saying, I don't, you know, philosophically, I don't like to have a loan. I've actually heard this. Philosophically, I don't like to have debt. It's not debt, it's free money. Okay, take it.
I got a technical question here.
Yep.
So let's say there's a business owner, and Brent, they've just been listening to your very inspired speech right here, and they say, you know what, Brent, I love it, great, I'll take the money, this is really going to help me out. Yep. All right, first step, I'm going to go talk to my accountant. But technical question, how does one actually get the money? Do you go to your bank and request a loan? How does that work? You
go online to your bank. So I spoke with my bank guy, and he said, you don't talk with me, you don't talk with the small business loan people, you don't talk with the bank at all. You go online. We can't process this many applications. And so therefore they're all setting up their online portal to apply for a loan this week, actually. So sometime presumably this week. My bank is TD Bank, but all of the banks, especially the big ones, will be getting it revved up and going. I think I've heard it from a few other different smaller banks. I've gotten some emails. Just go online and start the application process. If there's a qualification period or something, then maybe you qualify, maybe you don't. But if you do, take it.
Okay. Okay. So from somebody's online banking, there should be a portal there to apply for this money.
Yeah, exactly. If you're getting emails from your bank, you should get an update about this. But if you're not, go online to your bank this week, check it out. As soon as you see this small business loan available, apply for it. Yeah, I'm actually really super curious to go through it myself to see all of the different criteria of it, because I do know, I think I heard at one point you had to have over $50,000 last year and under a certain amount for the small business loan, which we qualify for. So we're definitely going for it. who knows? I would say apply for it anyways and see what comes out of it. Just because things are going so fast, things are changing day by day, the rules, the guidelines, the things that they want to do, because people come up and say, wait, what about this? And they're like, oh yeah, right about that. Because this is going like, this legislation like this would take months normally, months and months. This is like, well, to my point, when your whole economy, meaning your cash flowing around to people, which is a fantastic system in my opinion, stops, then you have to get it going again. So yeah.
And I feel like
do your patriotic duty and apply for free money.
I feel like this could be a whole other interesting side topic, perhaps for another day, but talking about how money really is energy flowing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That would be, let's get
back into that one day.
Yeah. Let's get a little woo-woo with that one. It is, but some people might not look at it, but that's okay. We'll go there anyways. I'm happy to go there. Okay.
Would you like to jump back onto Alignable and answer some questions?
Yeah, let's answer some questions.
Alrighty, so I was taking a look through different discussions, and I got one question here. This question is from Dylan in Toronto. Button Boy is starting coronavirus awareness buttons campaign. Who wants to join? And to give a little more context, business owners and entrepreneurs, let's work together, starting a group of people to get the word out, just to remind people to wash their hands, keep their distance, and hang in until this is all over. I'm open to ideas, business alliances, etc. We can make any image. I have a business plan, but still need to upscale my project. If you'd like to work with me, there's a phone number. Dylan from buttonboy.net. Brent, what do you feel about a button awareness campaign here for the COVID situation?
Sure, give it a shot. I like that he's hustling, right? I've got a business plan. Let's make this happen. What do you think?
So I was trying to play it through my head, and the first thought that I had is, so my understanding is this would be somebody would have a button that they would wear on their shirt or their jacket as a reminder to, wash your hands, keep your distance. Which I suppose if somebody got that close to you that they could see it, it's a good reminder that they should probably step away. I think my biggest concern though is that I feel like a small little button from a distance, somebody might not really be able to see it.
Okay, so this is, okay, I love this, thank you. So this is where I would go with this one. I would make huge buttons, like literally huge buttons. These are very meme share worth, like this size.
When you say that, my first thought was like Flava Flav with his clock.
I have no idea what that reference is.
1980s rapper just had a big clock as a chain.
Did he? Okay, cool. I wasn't into rap in the 80s.
See if we can get like a...
Okay, we need to get this on screen somehow. So yeah, I would go for, first of all, run with it, try it out, actually spin it up and try to sell it. Like if you're into selling this, do that. I think what would be probably more interesting from a small perspective is some sort of heart, ribbon, button is fine, something where it's very clear, like a pink dot or something where this is us saying we support our local, our local hospital, our frontline workers, or whatever it happens to be, right? So it's more of a, I'm doing this in support, and then you got to just give all the money to like their local hospital foundation, something like that. And in terms of awareness of, hey, wash your hands and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I would go out there with some huge freaking like giant buttons and sell those. And actually that would possibly sell internationally. That would be a really great gag gift thing to do. And it would get attention. And then you can also say, we're also doing this thing. So I would go to, especially something that's so directly related to COVID and Corona and all that and stuff that's not really, really good. I would really focus on making this be a fundraising. And the longer term business plan is, I'm Button Boy. I can do stuff. And this is a great way of getting messages out. And so let me create connections with people and then turn that into something where maybe you'll want to buy buttons from me. But I would just go straight up. This is purely for a give. And then I would go for getting awareness from, I really want to see the massive button.
Are you ready for some Flava Flav?
Yeah. Give me some Flava Flav.
I still can't believe you don't know who Flava Flav is.
Holy cow.
From the 80s.
That's it.
Public Enemy. But just like this massive clock right here.
Did the clock mean anything? It must have.
Yeah, well,
time's up. Flava Flav.
I mean, do you know what time it is? This is what time
Flava
it is.
Flav time. Okay, yeah, it's Flava Flav time.
So yeah, I could see a big button like that. Like, I mean, look at that. That's like an IKEA clock right there.
Sweet. Okay. Nice. And I think we are done. Keeping this down to 15 minutes. For those that are watching, tell us if you like that, or if you'd rather have it go longer, shorter even. And we're happy to do what we want because our VIPs are watching and our VIPs are giving us feedback. Arthur, oh, sorry, I'm going to take you for a long. You'll notice that behind me is a little bit simpler, right? Because a VIP number 4, Visa Dobson, amazing RMT here in Toronto. Everybody should check her out. Gave me some tips for background. She said it might not be messy, but when it's cluttered, like there's a lot of stuff in your background, it will come across as messy. She was being very nice to me. So I took all this stuff out. I removed Hella Gay Pig. I removed, my unicorn Brent pirate. Says, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. Gift from my daughter. And so we've got a little bit of a cleaner background. And so if you're doing these kinds of shows, simplify your background and it'll reduce, when you reduce the clutter, it'll make it actually look clean. When you increase the clutter, it'll make it look messy. Yeah, you'll have a better show and you have a better chance of getting VIP number 5.
That's right. I was gonna say it's definitely looking much simpler.
Yeah.
I like the simplicity. And I was gonna give a quick shout out. We do have 2 viewers right now.
Nice.
2 VIPs. We've got Catherine Malik back on the call and Tom Comer, who's also in our Seats group.
Tom, dude. Okay, that's VIP number 5 right there.
There we go.
Good to see you, Tom. Good to see you, Catherine. Thank you very much for joining us. This is COVID Marketing. If you have questions, drop them down in the comments. Let us know. We'll answer them on the show. Thank you very much. Be well.
Catherine says, thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you very much. Take care. See you tomorrow.